So the reason why this is so bad for students is because of the other big psychological idea I want to share with you, which is anti-fragility. My first book, The Happiness Hypothesis, it was about 10 great truths, insights from around the world and across the millennia. Truth number 7 is that people are anti-fragile. So as Friedrich Nietzsche put it, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And there's a lot of research. It's not always true. There is PTSD. There are some things that can damage you. But for the most part, it's true. It's a great truth because it was noticed by many wise people in different cultures. Mengzi or Mencius said, when heaven is about to confer a great responsibility on any man, it will exercise his mind with suffering, subject his sinews and bones to hard work, and place obstacles in the paths of his deeds so as to stimulate his mind, harden his nature, and improve wherever he is incompetent. You cannot be a great man or woman unless you have suffered, faced adversity, been banged around, failed, and come back, gotten back up 50, 100, 500 times. That's the only way to greatness. There's a wonderful book by Nassim Taleb called Anti-Fragile, and this is the key idea. And Taleb, I talked to him about this. He wishes he could find a better word, but there isn't one. So he made this word anti-fragile, but it's exactly right. And he describes anti-fragility as systems that increase in capability, resilience, or robustness as a result of mistakes, faults, attacks, or failures. And he's very clear to say this is not resilience. If something is resilient, that means you can beat on it and it won't break, but it doesn't get stronger. No, he means things that actually get better. And so the examples that he gives that anyone can see. So bone is this way. Bone will toughen and harden to the extent that it's needed. And so if you take it easy on your bones, if you don't work them, if you're in weightlessness for months, they get weaker and weaker and weaker. And then when you experience weight, they'll break. The immune system is the same way. It is expecting experience. If you raise your kids and you use a lot of antibacterial wipes, you are crippling their immune system because the human immune system can't reach adulthood unless it experiences millions and billions of kinds of bacteria, hookworm, all sorts of parasites that it's expecting that it learns from. So the immune system will be crippled if you protect your kids. And of course, children will be crippled if you protect them. So as we wrap our kids in bubble wrap, and this is what we began doing. So American parenting changed in the 1980s for a variety of historical reasons. In the 1980s, we began massively protecting our kids. Now, it's true there was a crime wave that began, so it wasn't imaginary. And it was amplified by the arrival in 1980 of cable TV. So we were afraid for our children, unnecessarily, it turns out, but we really sort of threw the blanket of protection over them beginning of the 1980s. And it wasn't just as infants. So helicopter parenting really takes off in the 1990s. Kids are raised for a variety of reasons. Parents are always there, helping. Wait, here, you need a Band-Aid. Did you remember this? So kids are not, they're not having unsupervised time. Unsupervised time used to be a feature of childhood. Every child spent a lot of time unsupervised every day. They'd work it out. They'd have fights in the playground. Some would call them stupid. They'd fight. But these are the experiences that make you grow up. And of course, now it goes all the way through college. I occasionally hear from business people tell me that when they turn someone down for a job, it has happened that their parents, the kids' parents, call them. So what do you think happened? How did it happen that when Hofstra University has the great honor to host the first debate, how on earth did it happen that Hofstra, rather than saying to its students, hooray, go sit in the front row, how did it happen that they came swooping in saying, now kids, if you're upset, here's 5 numbers you can call. We're here to help. This is not helping because safety culture is debilitating. It is crippling. It is a terrible, terrible thing. Those who embrace it, those who embrace as an identity, my identity is that I am a victim. I am a member of a marginalized or oppressed group. I'm not denying that there's oppression. I'm saying if the more you foster that as your core identity, the weaker you get, the more angry you get, the less likely you are to thrive after leaving the bubble of safety. Who gets stronger from this? Straight white men. Straight white men are the only beneficiaries here because for 4 years, they're told you're the bad guys, you're the evil ones, and there are no resources to support you in particular. What does that sound like? Frequent criticism and no special support. What does that sound like? A job, right? That's what a job is, okay? So straight white men have 4 years of preparation for a job. Whereas anybody who grasps that identity has 4 years of dispreparation or whatever you might say. And as I've been giving these talks, and I talk with people and I meet business people at Stern, and they say, what is going on? I mean, I don't want to hire these kids. I mean, they're going to sue, they're going to cry. Like, what? I don't want these kids from this safety culture. So again, safety culture is debilitating. If you see signs of it here at Duke, run like hell. Or better yet, argue against it.